What's up, world? This is your girl P. So, how to be free? How to be free? How to just be? How to be you? How to forgive yourself? How to that? All of that just ties into being free. You know, people like to judge us because we live in a judgmental world. You know, people looking at you, judging you. Obviously, you're on stage at the moment, so they're looking at you, looking at imperfections as if they don't have any. And we all make mistakes in life, you know, and we go through certain things, you know. Unfortunately, some things more than others. We all have family issues. Your family issues might be different from another person's family issues. And because your family issues are different from another person's family issues, then they want to point, laugh, and all of these things. Or because your family stands out more than others. So it's like, look at it like this. This is how you have to be free. If your family or your friends or you are the center of attention, you have to look at like a TV show. Like, just look at the TV show Greenleaf, for instance. That family stood out. So all of their imperfections stood out too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's looking at them. Everybody's watching them. Everybody got something to say about them. But on the opposite side of the spectrum, you can't see the people that are seeing you, judging you. You can't see them because they're the people in the audience. They're not on stage. They're not the stars. So it's like your whole life almost like it's like on set. So it's like you can't hide who you are. You know, we all came here to play a role, and that role is the character that we are, you know, and you have to be free. You have to be free within yourself and your imperfections. And, you know, like I said, I'm looking at the TV show Greenleaf, that TV show series. I really like that show. But their family was a nice family, but they had some flaws. They had family issues. And when you look at the whole story, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't really remember the TV show like verbatim, but I just know I'm just using that as a basis of, you know, showing people that you still have to be free even though people are watching you. You still have to be you. You still you have to move, you have to grow, even when you know people are looking at you, because it's like you can't worry about people gossiping when you the star of the show. You can't worry about that. You can't worry about, you know, am I doing this right? If you're being you, you're doing it right. Whether you make mistakes or not, you still doing it right because everything happened for a reason. And we don't have these realizations that we're all actors on this show of life. The movie, the TV show is called Life, and we're all acting. You know what I'm saying? We're being ourselves. You know, hopefully you're being yourself, but if you're not, then, it's going to come to a point where you're going to be yourself and you're going to realize that you're a star. You're going to realize that you're on stage. And it's just like a person breaking up in that family Greenleaf. A person was in a relationship and they broke up. That person left the show, and then a new person came onto the show. That's how it is in life, especially when you are especially when you're the type of person that stand out. You still got to be free. You got to be free to be you. You got to realize that you being raised up by God, and you have to grow, you have to change, because life changes, and we're in the 2000s now. This ain't the 1990s and 1980s and 1970s and 1960s and 1950s. It's time is moving. We're moving and we're growing, we're changing, but we're gonna have bumps and hiccups in the road. But even in the interim, you still have to be free. You have to be the best you. Because when you realize that you on stage, because see, at first you probably didn't realize that, especially when you got people talking and whispering, and you heard about that, you heard about what happened in their family, you heard about this, you heard. He might make you mad at first. It might make you mad at first, as you gonna realize that you are pulled up, you are raised up, you are the star. Your family, you are the star. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? In your community or whatever. And it might even get bigger than that. God got control over all of this. But when you start realizing that, when you come to that realization, like I got to be free. I got to be free to be me. I'm about to be the best version of me, because now I realize that I'm on stage. I'm up, you know, and it might not look like I'm up, but if people looking at you, and you can't see them, you can't see them, but they see you, and it's like, if you on set and you're on TV, you got people watching you and you can't see them. So it's just like you when you used to watch a TV show, and then you will be on the sidelines talking and saying your opinion, what you thinking, and this and all of that. Okay, so when you the rising star and you on set, it's getting done to you too. So you should never feel any type of way about what anybody is saying about you, because at the end of the day, you the star. They looking at you. That's how you gotta look at it, because it's like you just been raised up, whether you real. It's like God forces us to raise. When He's ready to bless you, you don't see it like that. You gotta go through something. You have to go through something in order to get to something, and when you're going through it, you might feel like it's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? You might feel like you're ostracized. You might feel like you all of those things, but you don't realize that you going through a storm and you're being raised up and you're being pushed out. It's like God is pulling you up and pushing you out, and now you a star. But you have to be free, meaning you have to let go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let go and get out there and play a role and play it well so you can get an Oscar. That's how I look at it. It's like, I'm gonna be free. I'm gonna be free. It's like we have free will, and it's like we got the script, we got the role to be ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But we playing it ear by ear because we're being ourselves. We're going with the flow of life, and every decision that we make is a part of our story. You know what I'm saying? We're manifesting our life. We manifesting our story. So you have to be free and let go and be you. You know what I'm saying? But when you realize that, when you actually sit down and realize what's going on, you're going to see you're a star. If people are talking and got stuff to say and all of that stuff, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. And it's just a matter of time. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time before everybody else gonna know. And they already seeing it, but it's a matter of time where it's gonna even be just more profound. And you're gonna realize that you're being blessed and not punished at the end of the day, because it always feel like punishment when you got to go through something to get to something. It's always gonna feel, because I started out first, and it's like God made me go first. He made, and I'm just saying, everybody got their own story, so everybody's family and everybody's life is different. But I always use myself as an example. I went out first, and I went through I don't know what, and I felt all kind of type of ways about it. I was like, what is going on? But as I kept evolving and going and going forward, not turning back, you know what I'm saying, on my word and all of that, as time progressed, I just realized that I'm being lifted and I'm on stage. And it's like God is forcing me to be a star. And everybody that's around me is gonna be one too, because it's like the TV show Greenleaf. That's just it is what it is. And that I'm just using that as an example because it's better to use that as an example than an actual person's life. And I don't know. I know that story is based off of a true story, but I don't know whose story it's based off because I'm not. I've never been into it that deep like that. But I just remember watching a lot of episodes, not all of them, but a lot of episodes of that show. And when I think of life reality, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some people's family, sometimes some people, they're the center of attention. I don't know why it's like that, but I just know that sometimes it do feel like punching because you got to take the good with the bad. But at the end of the day, that just means God is about to bless you, and He chose you, and because you answered, and it's like I know when I first got the call, I answered it. I know I'm grateful, and I know I'm thankful. And I'm happy, and I get tested a lot to see if I'm gonna go back to but when I see that my future is promising, I'm not about to do that because I know big things are coming. It's like energy is fluid and time is an illusion, and it's just like it seems like it's moving slow, but it's moving at the right pace. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, when you look at a TV show and there are characters that come on set and characters that leave and things like that's how it is in life. You got people that pass away. They was on set, now they not on set anymore, and then you got new people coming on set or whatever. People get replaced, and some people leave the set and then they end up coming back. You know what I'm saying? They do. It's like that. It's like all my children. It's a daytime TV show my mother used to watch all the time. And it was a big old thing like Jesse coming back or something like that. Ain't nobody coming back like that. I'm not saying that, trying to speak nothing into existence because I ain't on none of that. But I'm just saying, like, that's how it be. It just be like people will be gone and then they be offset, and then it's like the main focus is like this person is over here doing that, so you can't see what everybody else is doing because the spotlight is on this person over here where they are the main character of the show. And then when that person come back in town or whatever, then everybody is a part of the scene. It's like that's how it is. And it's like the universe, God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha on the other side watching, like just looking at us because we're acting and you don't even realize it. So it's like everything you do is like, now when you realize that, it's like, I have to be the best version of myself because I really want to get an Oscar from God. And how that happens and how that actually works, we all would never know. You know what I'm saying? But this I know to be true. It's like you can't help but feel it. It's like I know that I'm on stage. I know I'm on stage and I know I'll be a watch, and it's not like I'm scared now, you know what I'm saying? All it did was make me be a better person. Once I realized because we all know God is watching us. I mean, a lot of times people be like, you, we was told that when we was little kids. I don't know if they was telling that to scare us, you know what I'm saying? But why are you scared? You know what I'm saying? It's like what you scared of? Scared of being you? Everything we do in our life, we did it for a reason. It was written in the script. So that's why you shouldn't even be ashamed of it. You shouldn't even be fearful of it because it was written that way. You know what I'm saying? But you could change the future by changing and growing as a person and be that rising star and accept the role because it's like God's blessing. It's like a hand reaching from the heaven, the sky, the clouds is reaching down, handing you a gift. You gonna take it or not? You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. But that's that freedom. You know what I'm saying? Just to be free and saying like I'm next, and you don't even realize why God chose you to be next. It's because you wasn't that bad of a person after all. So when people like just say if your family get raised up to be on set like that and you got family issues, just know your family obviously couldn't have been that bad because you're being blessed. You got to look at it like that, so when people start talking, because ain't nobody perfect around here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do stuff. Everybody falls short of the glory of God. But if your family get raised up, even though you had to go through some things, you have to know that your family was doing something good because you got raised up, and God finna lift you up and put you on that stage and sit you out, and everybody gonna see. So while they sitting there looking and pointing at imperfections and everything, they might want to look at you as, what I'm saying, as an example. Like, this is what it takes to be, raised up by God like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like he's Santa Claus. It's like he know when you sleeping, he know when you're awake. He know when you are bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. So obviously you were doing something right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like don't beat yourself up because you done got raised up, and you know what I'm saying, and people want to point out what type of flaws you and your family have, or you have if you don't have a family or whatever, and you get raised up and pushed out. You was doing something right, you know. But the only thing I can say is that once you get raised up, don't become don't become a fallen angel. You know, take your position and hold it and be free to be you and continue to do, grow as a person, because that's because God is blessing you, you know. And that's all I got for you. I holla though. One love. Peace.